but you all have come back, I think this time in the summer. It's just the beginning of summer, so that nippy evening that we used to have all this while is all gone now. Now it's quite hot in the morning, you have to throw on the AC at night. So it's getting hot. But for us, this is our spring. We're seeing a lot of flowers. It's already fruiting in North though. The South was slightly slow. It takes a little longer, so the flowering presents itself in the North and then works its way down to South India. So we're actually seeing flowering in a big way right now. We should see fruits in I think about maybe 2 weeks. We're seeing a small amount of fruits today, but it's not much. But in 2 weeks' time, we'll have it coming in sizable numbers. But this is nice. It's what Goa is. So it's summer in Goa. A lot of Goans will connect with this. We used to spend a week on the beach, maybe. The people who live on in the hinterland will actually come down to the beach and spend not a week, spend a month, entire summer on the beach, camp. People from the coast, like my wife's family is from the coast, would actually load their bullock carts, and they'd load bullock carts and go all the way to a spring. So there would be a whole migration that happens. People from the coast migrate to the hills, people from the hills will migrate down to the coast. And they spend a whole month, mats, bedding, rice, everything. And of course, the chickens came free range and the fruits came free range as well. So you could get your fruits. And you talk to my parents' generation, it was a summer ritual. And that's when you ate your mangoes, your jackfruits, your cashew. There was no missing that. Luckily for me, in the 80s, I did that for a week. I used to do that once a week or 10 days every year. But today, 2026, it's impossible. I can't even think of a weekend going out. I think life has changed so much. But that's what it is. For a lot of us, cashew is like that memory. You come back in the evening and you have this beautiful smell. Sometimes when I'm traveling to Palole, you can take the highway and go on the main highway and it will reach you faster. But I generally take the other road, pull my windows down, and it takes me 15 minutes extra. There is that beautiful smell of cashew that goes through. And that's when you go to Palole. And so it's a nice parallel road that goes through the village, and you get this whole cashew wafting through your windows. And I think that's what Goa is for a lot of people. It's very special to us. And for us in this season, it's a little busy for us. We're giving the boys a bit of a holiday now because they're going to be busy very soon. We are in a cashew farm right in the middle of it, in the thicket. Please look at the leaf that you got. Nice leaf. Yeah, fascinating, but it changes completely when you crush it. Please crush it and smell it, and you get interesting smells. What smell do you get?
Lemon.
Lemon? Okay, citrus, that's good.
Mango.
Okay. Mango, ripe mango, raw mango?
Raw mango.
Raw mango, yeah. Yeah, smell again, smell again. I can smell it here.
Smell it. Can't
Guava, anybody
identify.
smelling guava?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Is it ripe guava or green guava?
Green.
Green guava, yeah. So it's very interesting. 3 different smells. Guavas are not from India. Guava is originally from Mexico. So imagine you get those smells coming through. Citrus, of course, is indigenous to India, Indo-China, so you get citrus from here. And mango, of course, is India. But why you're getting mango is also because the closest cousin to the cashew is to the mango is actually a cashew. It comes from the same family tree.
But mangoes also came from Brazil or Portugal, no?
No. Mangoes are indigenous to India. Mangoes Indian.
But I thought the Alfonso came.
Yeah, all those.
They only created cultivars. No. The mangoes, the Portuguese were. So one of the big things was a lot of botanists, since we're discussing this, a lot of the greatest botanists, and probably the greatest botanist to ever have lived in that period was called Garcia de Horta. The name in the Panjam garden is named after him. He was actually a Jew who converted to Christianity and decided to run away from from Portugal and hide in Goa. And he did a lot of botanical work. And so that's why Goa had a very strong agriculture thing of creating cultivars of mango. So if you create a cultivar and it was a good mango, very discernibly different from another, then it could be named after the family name. So Alfonso is named after family, Furtado is named after family, Cardos, Xavier. So Piri, you all call it Pairi.
Pairi,
Yeah, so Pairi is actually Piri.
Mangues and
Manghilar is Mangilal, what they'll call is actually Mang Hilario. So these are all family names that are given to mangoes. Anyway, yeah. So this is the cashew, very different. Please taste the leaf. Has anybody tasted the cashew leaf? Yeah?
some cashews if you want.
Tastes terrible. Nothing much to write home about, but the leaf tastes terrible. But you know, it's an interesting plant. You know, the Japanese have ikigai as a philosophy.
Mango flavor.
Yeah. But it's very tannic, very tannic.
Very tannic.
Yeah, very tannic. So the Japanese have ikigai as a philosophy. In Goa, we have a philosophy called susegad, and this tree epitomizes that. You plant a seed, grows to a massive tree. No need of fertilizer, no need of water, no need of nothing. You just have to plant it there. It grows to a massive tree. It flowers twice. We're seeing one set of flowers that has already flowered. You can see, and we'll be seeing a second set of flowers. I'm going to show you. There's another set of flowers that will come out next month, which will be actually. So we have two sets of flowers in the same season. But what is interesting is the seeds. I brought you all here simply because not many trees have fruit in, but we're actually seeing some cashews here. Now, cashew is one of nature's anomalies because what you see is here is what the big seed is actually the fruit, and it's green. But above that is the stem, and the stem is something called the false fruit. So even though it's not a fruit, but it swells up into something called a false fruit. It turns yellow, it turns red, and any color in between, and goes to a massive fruit. It's juicy and sweet. So a lot of people think that this is actually the fruit. It's not the fruit. It's actually the stem. Now what is interesting about this is that this is something that we don't do. We don't taste the leaves in Goa. We don't smell the leaves. Simply because at this stage, you can touch it like this, but you don't want to break it because the sap that comes out is very acidic. It's like pouring acid. So for the sake of science, 2 years ago, I decided to do something quite silly, I thought, but I thought quite exciting because we only knew about it, don't touch it. So for the sake of science, I decided to rub one cashew seed on my hand. And this is literally for like 2 seconds. I just took a seed and just rubbed it. And 2 years later, I still have a mark on my hand. It's like pouring acid on your hand.
Yeah.
Within 30 seconds, my hand was like on fire. You wash it, that pain did not go through. It's very acidic. I had a scar, it went down inside. The skin took a long time to grow, and that's how dangerous this fruit is at this time.
I tasted the
ripe one.
No, the ripe one. So
Yeah, that's fine. That's
it left
fine.
a little bit of a
No.
It left a feel, but it didn't change much.
No, the seed when it is
I want
raw,
everyone
it
to
is
look
very-
down here. Can you see this here? Look at this fruit here.
Yeah.
Where I'm pointing? Yeah? Looks totally different. You see the stem completely swelled up, but it is still green. It is still green. And so what's interesting about this plant is it swells up into something called the false fruit. No need of water, but it pulls out the water from the ground, grows to a massive tree. And what's interesting about this whole thing is this happens all over the world, but only in Goa it's a double cash crop. We make money from the nut as well as we make money from the fruit. But first, you can't make money off this because it's raw. You're only going to get scars. So how do you distinguish a ripe fruit from a raw fruit?
Color, size.
Color? No, with fading eyesight after 50 years, little difficult. Color changes.
Smell.
It falls down when it's ripe.
Yeah, it falls down. So some people say it's color, but color is from red to yellow. If I tell my worker, if I had a Supandi working for me, I say pick up only yellow, he'll pick up the yellow, not pick up the red or the orange. So color changes so variably that it's so different. You cannot say size because size is all over the place. You cannot say smell because everyone's sieving and making sure we get only ripe fruit. So I always tell the story, you know, when I went to Brazil a few years ago, and it was great to meet those Brazilians a few days ago because I wanted to see, you know, some people go to Israel for a pilgrimage. I went to Brazil. I wanted to see what does the cashew mean to the Brazilians as it means to Goa. Fly into Rio, the first thing you see massive cashew drawings on the murals on the wall. You say, wow. You go to the supermarket, they're selling cashew in styrofoam boxes, like how they sell capsicum or baby corn in India. The only thing the Brazilians actually do with cashew is they make cashew juice. It's sweet, juicy, refreshing, lovely. But they love the cashew juice so much that they also make something interesting. They make tang. So tang has orange powder, mango powder for the rest of us. But for Brazil and Brazil only, they make a cashew tang. You can just put a spoonful and get Nero on the go. The national spirit of Brazil, anybody knows? It's called cachaça. And cachaça is made of sugarcane. Who gives Brazil sugarcane? Goa. So we introduce a new ingredient to them. They're like, wow, what do we do with it? Let's make an alcohol. And even though they got cashews growing naturally in Brazil, they just make cashew juice. They give us sugarcane. They give us cashew. What do we do with it? We just make we can make a Feni. And even though we got sugarcane growing naturally in Goa, all we do is make ganna juice. So it's a very interesting cross exchange. We spoke Portuguese, they spoke Portuguese. I mean, we played football, they played football better. When it came to alcohol, they drank their cachaça, we drank our Feni. What do you think about the British? All of us spoke English. They created bureaucracy, we fine-tuned it. I mean, we play cricket, they also play cricket, arguably worse than us. But when it came down to alcohol, we all drank whiskey. Nobody changed that. And that's the big difference. In the Portuguese Empire, for some reason, identity was something that was very core to everyone's belief. And that's why we kept that. Nobody was a subject. Everyone was an equal. Yeah? Come, let's go down.
We had a pedicure before.
I'll tell you. I'm standing up. Sorry.
Okay, they don't like me. They don't like me.
You don't like it?
Ah, that's done very well.
Wow. One more? Can you imagine? One for the road.
You're not going to get a free bottle if you say it.
I want everyone to feel the gravel under your feet. Can you feel the gravel?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Please look up. Make sure there's no coconut above you. But it's nice and al fresco. It's nice. Okay. And also it's nice and cool water. The spring is just behind you. This is the source of the spring. This is the source of the water. It fills up here naturally, goes down to the estate, and then takes 7 kilometers before it reaches the sea. It's very interesting. Yeah.
Then what the cask later?
So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be tasting 3 Fenis, but before that, we're going to have to open up a bottle. And we're going to ask someone to open it.
Answer on a lighter note, if you don't mind me.
Yeah. I think on this table.
No friend,
Yeah, no friend.
only alcohol.
Only alcohol.
Only alcohol, no friend.
Shall I? Everyone.
Right for all of you all. We are counting. We are just open quick. Can you open? Come on. Bottoms up.
No.
Bottoms up.
Anyway, everyone, as my boys magically pour Feni in your glasses, I want everyone's attention. If you don't like the Feni, you can pour it into here.
Or give it to me.
Yeah. We sell it to all our competitors. Then we had the Brazilians here. I said I'm going to sell it to the Argentinians. Very happy. Anyway, so I want everyone's attention because we have some vegetarians on the table.
Yeah.
We're going to be pointing what's on your plates. Tyson, just help me, no?
You have no beef.
Tyson, you go that side.
Only no chicken either.
I'll tell you, we don't have beef on the table.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay, so I'll tell you what's on your platter. This platter, ladies and gentlemen, is designed for 3 reasons. The first reason is to please you. Do you agree it looks nice?
Yeah, very nice.
I hope you'll take pictures. Don't forget to tag us, okay? The second thing is it is there to compliment you. So all the flavors on your glass are going to be reflected on your platter. Okay? And the third and most important reason, it is there to confuse you. Because everyone comes with preconceived notions. Some people like cashew, some people don't like cashew. Some people hate Feni, some people love Feni. Some people have never tasted cashew. We don't care. We're going to take things at face value. But before we go further, we're going to ask, has anybody tasted a cashew fruit?
Yes.
The next drink is going to be coconut Feni. We tried cashew Feni the first time. It's very fruity, but it's also very polarizing. You either like it, don't like it. You ever tasted it, you never tasted it. And so what happens, it's a little bit of a, like throwing a stone. You don't know where it's going to hit. And that's why cashew Feni is something that is there. But what did you think of cashew Feni? Was it nice?
Nice.
It was not bad. If it's introduced,
Not bad, good.
I'm a slave.
if it's introduced properly, it's quite nice. And that's why this tasting is divided into three parts. The first part is we give you a perspective of how Feni is made. Why it is made that way, how it tastes this way, the process, and a driven little science, little history, little culture. Then we come to the second part where you're tasting Feni by itself. It might be repulsive, it might be strong, but that is how Feni tastes. And finally we lend it forward in a cocktail. And you can all agree the cocktail tastes nice.
Oh, fantastic.
And that's why cocktails are nice. You know, it introduces the spirit easily to everyone. I could have served you cocktails and it would have been great. But then you have to serve with the real stuff. The next drink, everyone, is actually the coconut Feni. Please smell your glass. Please taste your glass. It's very different. It's very different.
Hold the nose kind of thing or?
No. You don't have to hold your nose. It's very much like a sake. If you're a regular tequila drinker, it's like a tequila. It's drier. It's almost like a dry mud. So finally, I put this in, and I really didn't know what's going to happen. Kept it there for 3 months, no response. 3 months later, 9 o'clock in the evening, Goa time, I closed the store, walked up home, and I was just sitting down and talking to my wife, and my phone is going off the hook. And I usually don't pick up phones after 8 o'clock.
Susegad.
Yeah. Susegad. I don't pick up my call. My wife was like, who's calling you so much? Go to see my phone is going off the hook, because for the first time, Feni was ranked. Wow. Caju got 86.7 points. Oh. Coconut got 87.5 points. And incredibly to everyone's shock, the whole world's shocked, the whole of India was shocked. All the liquor commentators in India were shocked because Dukshiri got silver medal.
Cheers to that. Cheers.
We'll ask Erika to open this.
I've got a catchline for you. You say AI can't replace Cazulo.
Yeah, actually, that's exactly what we are actually talking about because of this. In fact, I was telling the boys yesterday, AI, that's the first thing we told. Yeah. We don't want AI because the government asked us.
AI doesn't mean Anglo-Indian. Okay, East Indian.
Yeah.
So one of the things is, how do you make Feni more expensive? Because after all this romanticized process, I sell my Cazulo only for 900 rupees. Kaiju and coconut is 900, and I can sell Dukshiri for a princely 1350. And yet people complain. They said, Hansel, it's too expensive. You should make it cheaper. Because that's the problem. Because Indian products.
No, but you're asking who used to jerry can.
No, but you go to Tamil Nadu, and you can't charge 500 rupees for an idli. They'll throw the slippers on you. Okay? You can't go to Punjab, North India and say, give me a samosa for 1,000 rupees. You can do that in New York. You can do that in a 5-star in Goa. Maybe. But you cannot do that in Delhi or Chennai. And I think that's the biggest problem, is we cannot outprice the locals out of this drink. We have to make sure it's still affordable for them, because I'm also a local as well. The question for everyone, the question is, how do I make a discernibly better product?
And economical.
No, economics.
Not necessarily.
I think it's more about.
So wait.
People are willing to pay more.
2 days ago,
humanities have to answer this.
2 days ago, something momentous happened in Goa. It was not covered by the press. It was covered by the press today. One news channel covered it. Goa launched its most expensive Feni 2 days ago at the hands of the Chief Minister. It costed 10,000 rupees.
What?
Oh, they paid that fellow, no? 9,000.
So a friend of mine did it, and he took the trouble. He got an old wooden barrel. Okay, he put the Feni because he put the Feni inside, left it for 3 years, but he got an official signature to stamp it when it went in and stamp it when it came out. And incredibly, after putting close to 500 liters, he got only 190 liters back. The rest of it went evaporated. Oh, wow. So he was very upset. He got only 190 liters. And that's one of the reasons Goa never aged Feni in oak, because we have a high temperature, and also the flavor of wood does not pair well with a Caju Feni. Yes. And so because he's the first person to do this legitimately, he charged 10,000 rupees for it. Fair enough, I'm not going to argue about that. But the question is, it's called Zuno. Zuno means old.
Zuno.
It actually tasted quite nice. Zuno. But is it, I'm also one of the biggest liquor dealers in Goa. Is it worth 10,000? I would say no. But since he's the first guy, I'll give it to him. I bought 3 bottles for myself. One for collection, one for posterity, one for people to taste. But the question
one for
me,
the tourists.
So one of the things that I was asking is, how do I make Cazulo better? Over 450 years of culture, we know wood has its problems. We know wood has its limitations of flavor. How do you make Feni better? And so I broke my head. I spent a lot of time looking around, and finally you hear these whispers from different corners of Goa. The best way to make Feni better is not to put in a barrel, but just to simply put it in a glass garrafon, a glass bottle. Yeah. Leave it there, let it sit, let it rest, let it round off. All the rough edges become smoother.
Colored glass one.
We saw it last time.
That's what our forefathers store it in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my grandfather is stored in Garafam.
Your name? Nosh, wait, guys. Nosh has asked a very interesting question. Instead of putting in a normal barrel, why don't you put in a sherry barrel? I can say, why don't you put in an Oloroso barrel? You can just keep on. That's the easiest and the most gimmicky way of making money. You can put an Oloroso barrel, you can put in a PX barrel, you can put in a sherry barrel. Everybody has a barrel story. But if he can put a barrel, Admiral can put in a barrel, I can do it. It's a low-hanging fruit, very easily done by anybody. Not much of a story. And Feni and a barrel does not always work. I said there had to be another way, and I look back at history. What is the time-tested method? These are gimmicks. These are maybe hit and miss. The time-tested way is to keep it in a garafao and let it sit and let it rest for a year.
Yes.
Until I heard a whisper that I'd never heard before. And I heard it more than once. I heard it more than 3 times, more than 10 times.
No glass.
And they said you keep it in a garafao, but don't keep it on the surface. You keep it
In mud.
underwater.
Underwater.
And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, you all are sitting next to my underwater cellar.
Whoa! Obviously, barrels underwater. It's in this mission.
Admiral, which Prime Minister were you under?
Maybe the Navy
Same fellow.
Same fellow.
Maybe the Navy will start consuming Feni.
I like your reply.
Let's move home. Rum to Feni.
Yeah. No Navy strength. We're going to have Feni strength. Anyway, whenever you're ready, please come up. Whenever you'll finish. I'll see you.
Thanks.